Hello, and welcome to this conversation with Don Bartusiak, President of Collaborative Systems Integration. Welcome, Don.
Thanks, Mark.
So I got a question for you. With all the discussions around AI, edge, robotics, software-defined automation, et cetera, please describe some of your company's solutions around these.
Okay. So I'll refer to the company as CSI, the acronym for short. So from that list of technologies that you mentioned, Mark, so we're not working in the robotics space, but AI, edge, and software-defined automation is really the technologies that we're hitting on. And we as CSI have two lines of business. So line of business number one is systems integration for control systems based on the open process automation standard. And we do that with the group of companies called the Coalition for Open Process Automation, COPA for short, which is 16 companies that represent all of the roles in the OPA business ecosystem, from systems integrators to technology providers like my company and my partner company Seaplane, and the individual hardware and software component suppliers. So that's line of business number one. Our second line of business is advanced software for manufacturing control purposes. So this ranges from OPAS conformant regulatory control, OPAS conformant model predictive control. We're also doing some model machine learning, and we're actually on our R&D pipeline, we're developing AI-based technologies, particularly focused at operator and engineering aids for doing automation work. So that's the spectrum of activities that CSI is involved with.
Well, that's pretty diverse.
Yeah.
Based on what you've done last year, what are some key initiatives that will further improve your value proposition to the customers in 2026?
Yeah, where the action is for us right now, our initial startup, we've been in business now for about 5.25 years. So our initial go-to-market was starter systems for OPAS-based systems. We called it Quick Start. So it was a pre-built kit that we sold to multiple operating companies along with a training program to kind of bootstrap them to get them up to speed. Mm-hmm. We've moved away from that into what we find the operating companies want now are demonstration projects, small scale, relatively process safe introductions. I call it like a beachhead in an invasion context. Mm. So that's where the action is for us right now. We're also building out our software line of business with advanced control projects with operating companies, particularly on the US Gulf Coast. Our platform business is really global. Our applications business at this point in time is really US focused, but we're going to build out globally.
Great. So we see manufacturers are increasingly depending on their automation enterprise solutions and their enterprise solution suppliers to keep their plants running better, right?
Yeah.
And making it more smooth. So how is your company helping customers in this area?
Yeah. So as evidenced by my gray hair, Mark, I've lived through a lot of, all of the IT/OT convergence talk for decades. I would say what we're really doing is with CSI partner companies, we are really walking the walk about what IT and OT convergence, and I saw in some of the charts today, ET, I guess it's engineering technology.
Right.
We're really making that work in practice. We don't have real biases. We're not a not invented here shop. And we're very open and adaptable to, what is the right tool for the job? What is the best solution for the function? And it's a real merging of, IT technologies integrated into the requirements of OT, like involving availability and security and things of that nature. So we appreciate the whole stack from the field device, the sensor and actuator level, all the way up to the enterprise and cloud level. Now we're focusing on the bottom of that stack, but we appreciate and have no kind of biases against working with others to deliver that whole solution to the operating companies.
Okay, very good. So, manufacturers, a lot of talk about AI here and advanced analytics. They're trying to figure out all the data that they're trying to sort through and what AI or advanced analytics or co-pilot solutions does your company offer, if any, and is it being incorporated into the products that you're selling?
Yeah. Well, I would say because of our experience base, I mean, we don't leap to the shiny new thing. So, if an existing technology, looking backward, like rigorous mathematical, be they first principles or data-driven models as the basis for control, monitoring, and optimization applications. So we start with that foundational level, but we're realizing the opportunities to use advanced machine learning techniques for classes of modeling that have challenged the traditional methods. So one of our solutions involves a machine learning approach to estimating the compositions coming out of distillation towers using only the measurable data, pressures, temperatures, flows, for example, supplemented with either lab data or a gas chromatograph or something like that. So that's the first specific example where we're integrating machine learning techniques to supplement what we've been able to do with traditional approaches. The second example I would cite is, this is really where the LLMs and agentic and generative technologies are coming in. The ability to provide operator or engineering aids just to help people with the workflow, to lower the learning curves as new technologies come. Open process automation, it's a good news, bad news thing in the sense you have multiple vendors, component products in a solution. It brings some complexity. Admittedly, it brings some complexity. So my company is investing in AI tools to help individuals manage that learning curve and facilitate the use of the system for the service of the operating company and the systems integrators. So they're just two tangible examples about how we're using machine learning and AI technologies.
Cool. Thank you for joining us for this conversation with Don Bartusiak, President of Collaborative Systems Integrators.